This is an excerpt from my young adult novel in progress entitled That Elusive 1%. The protagonist, Link, who's totally blind, who's just told her love interest, Shayla, that a classmate sexually assaulted her the previous week. I doze off during the short drive to my house. Shayla cranks her heater to the max and gives me a fuzzy blanket from her trunk, but my skin's still coated with a prickly ache born of too much stress and too little sleep. The familiar wide turn onto my street prompts me to sit up. Shayla pulls into my driveway and takes the keys from the ignition. Can I walk you up? The direction of her voice tells me she's looking at me. Her question's so cutely date-like, not that I know. It's pathetically laughable how undate-like tonight was. I couldn't have shown Shayla a worse time if I'd tried. I run my fingers over the blanket, trying to realign my senses. Do you mind? My voice is hoarse from the tears I've somehow held back. I wouldn't have offered if I minded. Her reply manages to be both affectionate and reproving. She opens her car door and I hesitantly unwind the blanket from my shoulders, grab my stuff, and follow. The worst part of tonight wasn't running into Phil, fighting with Aaron, not being able to gig with him and Joanna. The worst part of tonight is right now, realizing that Shayla might have liked me, might have stayed. We might have had something, but Phil ruined that too. When the blind girl you're giving piano lessons to confesses that somebody put his hands on her and didn't stop, you drive her home, you give her a blanket, you do what you can to help her, but you don't date her. You don't get involved. The light breeze whips between my legs, reminding me how little I'm wearing. I think of my favorite dresses, the short, strapless, fitted ones Montez and I picked out. I haven't even worn some of them yet. Now I can't imagine wanting to. Out of habit, I trail the grass line with my foot, heading for the porch. I don't need my cane. I know my driveway like a computer keyboard. But hearing Shayla behind me, sensing her closeness, steadies me. We stop at the foot of the steps. Link, Shayla hesitates. I don't know the details and you don't have to tell me, but I want you to know I've been where you are. And if you can talk to someone, sometimes it helps. A literal pain knifes my chest. When I reach for her hand, she reaches back, narrow palm, piano fingers, ice-cold skin against my own ice-cold skin, chilled from this sharing. Who? I stop. She didn't ask me for specifics, I shouldn't ask her. My last girlfriend. She didn't physically hurt me, but Shayla draws in breath to continue, sighs, and tries again. She didn't care about what I wanted or didn't want. The tears are closer now than ever. It's shitty enough living this, but it's so much worse hearing it happen to someone else, especially Shayla. I'm sorry. I squeeze her hand. I'm getting better. Therapy's good for that. She interlaces our fingers. I just don't want you to feel like you have to keep all this inside. I swallow. I already need so much. We all need things, she says gently. It's part of being human. My throat's tight and scratchy, and I have to swallow again before speaking. Thanks for telling me and for everything. Of course. I sift through my purse for my key, then climb the porch steps, slowly because of my heels and because I'm not using my cane. I'll text you about piano, I say. She touches my hand, feather light. You can text me about anything, at any time. If things were different, if neither of us were hurting the way we are, I'd turn around, come back down my steps, and hug her. If things were different, I'd kiss her, maybe touch her, and everything would change between us, maybe for worse, hopefully for better. But we are both hurting. And for so many reasons, I can't turn back. I don't know how. Not yet, anyway. Thank you.